This is the book of Revelation, chapter 8, and verse 13. And it says, it reads, "And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth by the reason of the other voices of the trumpet and the three angels which are yet to sound." All right, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. All right, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha Kodash. All right, I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone, which Ruwell. And I want to give a peace, greetings, and salutations to all the Lekakim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity, throughout the four corners of the earth. And the brothers that's not wavering in the faith, being diligent in his truth. I say shalom to you, brothers, and I say shalom, to the few sisters that believe and all meekness and humbleness. I say shalom. I'm your brother Zakaria from GMS Miami Camp. And Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash, Adawan Rataza, that means Lord willing, so Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel, And my lesson today, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash, is going to be basically on the Third World War, all right, World War III, all right, which is prophesied in the Bible, all right. The scriptures talk about, which I just read, Revelation 8, it says, woe, woe, woe. Those woes representing world wars, man. All right. This is Revelation chapter 9 and verse 12. It says, one woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. That's talking about World War I. World War I passed. All right. And it was a great death. All right. He says two woes coming more hereafter, meaning World War II and World War III. Revelation 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, talking about World War II. It says, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. So World War III is coming quickly. And I'm going to talk about the second woe, all right, briefly, because there's a documentary on Netflix, which the Lord is putting the spirit on these directors to come out with these movies, all right, these historical movies, all right, these future movies, like you had the Leave the World Behind. Then that movie came out, which is a good movie. All right, going into how the elite's going to crumble America from the inside, and ultimately it's going to get bombed. All right, and it's going to be civil unrest. All right, that movie came out. Then you got they had the movie Oppenheimer this year, which goes into how Robert J. Oppenheimer, how him and the team of scientists, all right, created the atomic bomb, all right, which they hit on Hiroshima and Nagasaki on the Japanese, which they are Ammonites. Or if you read the Bible, Lot had two sons, Moab and Ammon. The Ammonites are the so-called Japanese. The Moabites are the so-called Chinese. All right, and the Lord shows, all right, he's putting his spirit on these directors to put out these movies and to show what happened and what's to come. So going back to World War II, there's a documentary called World War II. Well, going back to the Second War, which is World War II. There's a documentary on Netflix called World War II on the Ground or something like that. What's happening on the ground? You'll see it. They just recently added it. And it goes into the history, all right, of World War II and how there was a lot of death. And you go into, all right, you look at that documentary, when there's war, all right, if Yahweh Shema Shah is not with you, all right, you're gonna suffer some terrible things, famine, all right. All right, when the Germans, I think the Germans, when they went over there to the Soviet Union, which was called the Soviet Union, Russia, or one of them armies, they went over there. It was so cold, they had to eat bodies, man. It was cannibalism. All right, you had the Japanese, they had the kamikazes, whatever. They was flying airplanes into the American ships. All right, women was ravished. All right, civilians were destroyed. What the scripture says, whoever appears being innocent. Towns burnt, people led prisoners. And that happened in that was in World War II. And that was only from like 6 years. It was 1939 to like 1945. All right. And that documentary showed the violence and the fierceness, all right, that war brings, man. But this third world war is not gonna be long drawn out. All right, it's gonna be a lot of death, and it's gonna be nuclear, man. So let's read that again. This book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. And I advise brothers to watch these different documentaries and stuff, to get your mind prepared for what's coming, man. Famines, cities bombed. You gotta go to different. You gotta relocate and stuff like that. Same thing that's going over in the Middle East right now, man. Over there in the Gaza Strip. All right. Most importantly, we need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's the point of this lesson. This third world's war coming. Hey, Esau coming now having great wrath. Hey, let's read this. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, which is Esau, Edom, the physical counterpart of Satan, is come down unto you having great wrath because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So this devil gonna come down. Martial law. The city's locked down. They're going to go door to door. They're going to pull people out of their houses, as it says in 2 Letter 16. They're going to put you in these concentration camps. You got to have your mind prepared. And you got to ultimately have your Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah on your side, man. All right, because this third war comes quickly. And this judgment, which I've been going into the last couple of my lessons, is for the wicked, man. That's to give us the comfort. And when we see these people getting slaughtered out here, we're not lifting up a prayer for you wicked people. This book of Sirach, chapter 40, and verse 9 says, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge, these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. So these judgments is created for the wicked. Ultimately, these nuclear fire, all right, is created for those who are wicked and those who take that charagma. This book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1 says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Talking about these ancient ovens, those ancient ovens. America gonna burn, man. All right. Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be destroyed in 1 hour, man. This place gonna be burning with fire. You see these documentaries, man. America was bombing. It was just bombing people, man. Esau, Edom as a whole, man. Because those are mainly Edomites, man. All right, the Germans, the Italians, all right, the Polish, all right, the Soviet Union, all right, which was Russia, America, Canada, because you had some Canadian soldiers in the army too. Those was all Edomites. And then you had Ammon. Then you had some parts of Africa because Nazi had taken over northern Africa and stuff like that. But mainly it was these Edomites that was bombing everybody, man. Just bombing each other. The scriptures talk about Revelation 6, they was given the red dragon, the red horse that was given the great sword. That's these Edomites, man. All right. And they could kill one another. And you see a lot of slaughter. But you see that violence is weighed in the earth. So the Lord's going to burn them up, man. After 1,000 years, we're going to burn all the Edomite substance. They all Edomites, man. All right? Slacken for all the notifications, but let me continue on. Slacken. Malachi chapter 4, verse 1 says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor bread. So the day that's coming is going to burn as an oven, man. All right? Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, it says, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. So there's a time and there's a season. Verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. So we coming in a time of war. That's what I said, gird up your loins, man. Job 38 and verse 3. Gird up your loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. So the Lord said, gird up thy loins. Is what that really talking about. 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 13. Gird up the loins. It's like gird up the loins of your mind. All right. See what it says in NLT. It says, gird up the I'm reading in KJV and I'm reading in the NLT. It says, gird up the loins of your mind, be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua Mashiach. All right. which is Yahweh. All right, I'm gonna just get to that point. All right, so let's read it in the NLT. It says, so think clearly. So we're supposed to be thinking clearly. All right, Lord said, measure the time diligently in itself. The scripture says, man, Luke, count the cost, man. Know what we're involved in. Know exactly what we're involved in. We're serving Yahweh Bashim Shah, the king of terrors, man. That has cities desolate, man. Lord using these devils to desolate cities with their sword, man. All right. Lord's gonna give us that spiritual power, though, man. You just have to throw that out there. Lord's gonna make a way. So we gotta think clearly and trust in the Lord when all these right now, before the evil days. The scripture says, seek the Lord before the evil days come. Before the evil days come not. I mean, before the evil days come not. You know, I think that's Ecclesiastes 12. And then Zephaniah, I'll get that too. It's 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 13 NLT. It says, so think clearly and exercise self-control. Look forward to the gracious salvation that will come to you when Yahweh Shah Mashiach is revealed to the world. Because it's all about salvation. So we got to think clear. We got to have a clear mind. When the Lord comes, hey, that's our salvation. But scripture say, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom, man. All right. So last precept. All right. Which I can go into. This war is going to be with burning and fuel of fire, which we know. Our Lord says he come to send fire on earth. Scripture say the elements shall melt with fervent heat. This which is the second death. Apostle Peter spoke of that. This book of Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1, it says, gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired. And who ultimately going to gather together and seek the Lord? The elect of Israel, man. Verse 2, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a shaft, because the day is going to pass as a shaft. Those missiles going to hit, man. It's just a certain time that the Lord has it, man. But that Arfadicha, which is the mark of the beast, is going to be made mandatory. And that's going to be a sifter right there, man. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. So you got to seek the Lord before the day of the Lord's anger. It says, seek ye the Lord, all ye meat of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. And that's ultimately what we want to be. That's ultimately what we want. We want to be hid in the day of the Lord's anger, man. Isaiah chapter 20. And 26 or 26 and 20. Is it Isaiah 26 and 20? I believe so. Yeah, Isaiah chapter 26 verse 20. It says, come, my people, enter down into thy chambers. So this is the Lord. When the Lord coming, he's going to deliver the elect inside the chariot, the so-called UFO. He's going to beam up the elect of Israel, starting with the 144,000, which are the men, which are prophets. All right, and that great multitude. Come, my people, enter down into thy chambers and shut thy door about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a moment until the end of nations be overpassed. So the elect, only way you're going to be able to escape this fire is by being beamed up in those chariots. And for the indignation of the Lord, until the indignation of the Lord pass. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. So the Lord is going to punish the inhabitants of the earth. This war is going to be a quick, fiery, devastating event, man. Lord said, Daniel 12, Matthew 24, a time like never before, man. All right. So Lord, when in this lesson was edifying, we got to seek the Lord 10 times more, man. So Lord, when in this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kodash. All right. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone, was Ruwell. And I want to give a peace, greetings, and salutations to all the Lekakim that's pushing his word and truth and sincerity. And Shalom, Makim, keep pushing, keep it doing. Shalom.